Eala pulls off first WTA championship. Manila, Philippines. In a night to remember in Guadalajara, Eala ended her search for a first WTA, Women's Tennis Association, crown in her young career, and the first for Philippine tennis. And it could just be the first of many down the road for the Pinay phenom, who is only 20 years old. Eala pulled off a 1-6, 7-5, 6-3 comeback win over Hungary's Punna Udvardy to reign supreme in the WTA 125 Guadalajara Open Saturday night at the Pan American Tennis Center in Zapopan, Mexico. The number 2 seed Filipina bucked a sluggish start and a near shutout in the first set, slowly but surely heating up for a bounce back in the second, and then sustaining the momentum to take the match and the historic championship in 2 hours and 30 minutes. New ground for Eala. As Eala drove home the winning point, history was made for the country, with the nation celebrating a first championship of a Philippine bet in a WTA event. In her conquest of the Guadalajara tourney, Eala earned a cash prize of $115,000, or around P6.5 million, just a week after winning $154,000, or approximately P8.7 million, with a second-round finish in the U.S. Open in New York. First title. Posted Eala on social media with a photo of her wearing a Mexican hat as the ruler of Guadalajara. To everyone who came here today, MGA Cababan, Maraming Salamat, said Eala of her resounding victory felt and heard from Mexico to the Philippines and around the world. President Marcos hailed Eala, saying the whole nation shares her triumph. History has been written by Eala as she becomes the first Filipino to win a WTA singles title, Marcos said in a post on social media. In celebrating Eala's success, Marcos renewed his commitment to invest in long-term sports development program. We will do everything we can so that more Filipino athletes can follow in these footsteps and show the world the talent and heart of Filipinos, he said. Eala is a WTA champion. What a night in Guadalajara. She's now the first Filipino, man or woman, to win a WTA singles. Goosebumps. Pure pride, said the Rafael Nadal Academy in a statement, proud of the achievement of their scholar, graduating from the Academy of the Spanish tennis legend only in 2023. Congrats, Eala, for your first WTA championship. I am happy and proud of what you are achieving for yourself and for the Philippines, said Nadal. Eala, ranked number 75 in the WTA, nearly blew a 5-3 lead in the second set, but showed grit and resilience to salvage the set, which proved to be the jump-off point to her rise all the way to the top. A continuous improvement for the Filipina, who went down beaten in a previous WTA 250 final against Australia's Maya Joint last June in the Eastbourne Open in England. Eala dropped a 4-6, 6-2, 6-7, 10-12. Heartbreaker then, unable to capitalize on 4 championship points. But there's no stopping Eala from winning this time. In the deciding set versus Udvardy, at 4-3, Eala powered her way to 3 straight game points for the clincher. She has won 5 titles in her budding career, including a junior singles Grand Slam crown in the 2022 U.S. Open and a doubles title in the 2020 Australian Open, before soaring to new heights in the WTA Tour. With her latest win, Eala climbed to number 61 in the WTA Live rankings with 1054 points. Helen Flores. In the golden glow of the late afternoon sun, with the crowd rising to its feet and hearts pounding in rhythm with the echo of the final rally, Eala fell to her knees. A moment frozen in time. A dream finally realized. She had done it. She had won her first Women's Tennis Association, WTA, championship. Not just a win, but a breakthrough. A bold, defiant statement to the world. The Philippines has arrived on the global tennis stage. The road less traveled. For the 19-year-old Filipina, this victory was not just about a title. It was about history, heritage, and hard work. Born and raised in Manila, Eala was never the conventional tennis prodigy. Unlike many of her Western contemporaries who had access to sprawling tennis academies and local circuits teeming with opportunities, Eala carved her path under the sweltering tropical heat, with more obstacles than open doors. She was the kind of player who made sacrifices few saw. 4 a.m. wake-ups, long flights from tournament to tournament with barely a support team, and the constant weight of expectation not just from fans, but from an entire nation yearning for representation in elite sport. Yet, even from an early age, there was something different about Alex. A fire, a discipline, and a fierce, almost poetic intensity every time she stepped on the court. Tennis wasn't just a game, it was her statement. Storming through the draw, the tournament that changed everything wasn't supposed to be hers. Ranked outside the top 150 at the start of the week, Alex entered the WTA 250 event as an underdog. The draw featured seasoned players, many of whom had years of Grand Slam experience. There were whispers in the locker room. She's talented, but she's too young, too raw, too early. Alex heard those whispers. She just chose to answer them with her racket. In the opening round, she stunned the 8th seed, dismantling her with a blend of power and precision that left commentators scrambling for superlatives. Her cross-court forehand became a thing of beauty and danger. The second round saw a gritty 3-set win against a former top 30 player. In the quarterfinals, she saved 4 match points, digging deeper than ever before. By the time she reached the final, she was no longer an underdog. She was a force. The final, battle of belief. The final match pitted Eala against a seasoned Eastern European opponent, a player with a booming serve and a reputation for thriving under pressure. On paper, Eala was the outsider, but anyone who had watched her progression through the week knew something special was brewing. The first set was a masterclass. Alex played like a woman possessed. Her footwork was balletic, her shot selection surgical. She took the set 6-3, breaking serve twice with down-the-line winners that brought the crowd to its feet. The second set was chaos. Emotions ran high, nerves crept in, and her opponent found rhythm. Alex was down 2-5 at one point, but in a rally that lasted 28 shots, she outlasted, outwilled, and ultimately outplayed. That rally turned the tide. She clawed back to 5-5, then pushed it to a tiebreak. And in that tiebreak, she was flawless. 7-0. When the final point landed wide from her opponent's racket, Alex let her racket fall. Her hands covered her face. Then the tears came. Not of weakness, but of fulfillment. More than just a trophy. With that win, Eala became the first Filipina to win a WTA championship. But beyond the stat sheets and the headlines, her victory meant something deeper. It was a victory for every young girl in Southeast Asia who had been told tennis was a Western sport. It was a victory for every athlete who didn't come from privilege, but fought like hell anyway.